Right now, a major storm is amplifying across the mid-Atlantic and Northeast, causing blizzard conditions in New York and Boston, as well as ice all the way down to Columbia in South Carolina, as well as tornadoes in Tallahassee in Georgia. Looking at this, you guys can see this broad line, as you can see, of strong storms. We can open up this pen tool and draw in. Look at that. You can see that is a pretty potent line. And we actually did have some confirmed tornadoes back here earlier today from these storms, but a long line with broken little spin-up tornadoes is possible as this line moves into Statesboro, Savannah, Folkston, Tallahassee, Valdosta. These areas will probably get some minor impacts, maybe some damaging winds, a spin-up tornado. The severe threat has kind of already elapsed. This has already kind of happened. Sorry I could not go live for this because we've had some issues with the winter storm here, and we have not lost power, thankfully, but it is iced at our house in Middle Tennessee. Now, looking at the live radar, you can see we have some severe thunderstorm warnings. A tornado watch is issued over here for these areas. We did have some confirmed tornadoes. You can see that broad line with these little cells kind of embedded in there. You can see that's a pretty potent cell. Tornado possible. Severe thunderstorm warning issued for that. As you can see, some broad rotation there. Looking at this is just mostly a damaging wind threat for now. But like I said, we did have some confirmed tornadoes over near the Dothan and Albany area earlier today. Looking at the future radar, you can see these storms kind of just in a messy, broken line-like area. As this moves in to the Tallahassee area, you can still see a kind of broken line with little bowing segments that could produce maybe some damaging winds and a couple spin-up tornadoes later today. But as it moves past Valdosta into Folkston, the severe threat is mostly over. A secondary bullseye for ice accumulations is setting up near Gainesville, Columbia, South Carolina, Charlotte. We could see some ice accumulations on top of what we've already seen here, moving into around 6 p.m. today. You're still seeing freezing rain. We're probably going to see freezing rain, maybe freezing drizzle into tonight around 10 p.m., but this all moves out by about midnight tonight, with final accumulations looking like around final ice accumulations, I should say, of around half an inch to 3/4 of an inch in this area. You guys can see up to half an inch on here as well, up around Charlotte and everything, especially up here in Washington, D.C. There's some ice we could possibly see up to half an inch. So if you guys are in these areas, you guys need to be prepared for maybe a couple days without power at max. Not as bad as what we've seen here in Jackson, Tennessee, Franklin, Tennessee, Nashville, Memphis, and Oxford, Mississippi. We will get into those later. I have some pictures to show. If you are a snow lover in the Northeast, you guys have won. You're in New York, Boston, Williamsport, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Albany, Boston. You guys have won if you're a snow lover. There is going to be a lot of snow in these areas, especially as you see this moves in. And we also see some more snow, even still here around 12 a.m. This is going to move out by Monday. Let's go ahead and see as a longer run here when it will end. This is going to continue in the Boston area near Albany and some lake effect snow over here. But it's still going to continue for Boston. Even this little banding that's happening as this broad low continues to amplify and move off into the ocean. We could see snow all the way until Monday tomorrow, until Monday night, moving into Tuesday morning. So let's go ahead and take a look at those snow totals. Snow totals are going to look about like 20 inches if you're in Boston. New York could see about 10 inches, maybe some of that less, around 5 inches with all that sleet and snow mixing in now. We could see up to 10 inches in Albany, or up to 12 inches in Albany. Around 10 is a safe bet. Worcester, you could see up to a foot of snow to come. but 15 inches is your max. Up to 20 inches, up to 2 feet, I'd say, in Boston area is possible to come, but around 16 to 18 inches is likely. Some brutally cold air is moving into these areas tonight. This is the wind chill right now. As we move forward into tonight, into tomorrow morning, you could see -5 apparent temperature or wind chill in these areas up towards Springfield, around -35 apparent temperature. Now, that might be a little overdone. So around like -20 below. You can see all the way up here in Minnesota around -50, -40 below. This is brutally cold. This is some of the coldest air we have ever seen this whole season. Looking toward Dallas, around 0 toward -10 over here. Moving into the next day, which is Tuesday, it's going to spill even further into the deep south around Oklahoma City, around -10 to 12. Over here in Jackson, around -20, which is a little overdone. Obviously, take around 10 degrees off of this, so probably around -10 to -5 in these areas. Even moving in toward Morgantown, Pittsburgh, around -20 as well. So probably around -10, -5 around these areas. You guys are in extreme cold warnings in the deep south and the Midwest. I have some videos I want to show from Tennessee, Middle Tennessee area. Across Tennessee, we have had some damage, and I want to show them here. We have a video from Brentwood, Tennessee, that has some significant tree damage. Take a look.
Just about hit our house.
As you can see, is some large trees down here. You can see a lot of tree limbs down as well, broken off of that really big tree. There's been some significant tree damage here, especially in these western communities in Middle Tennessee and Tennessee. Looking at this video coming in from Santa Fe, Tennessee on Highway 7, you can see tons of tree damage, trees on the road as well. Also, these trees could be impacting power poles. That's the main threat here, especially in Tennessee, where there's a lot of trees, especially near power poles, and the danger of the ice on the power poles, let alone the damage of the ice on these trees. This image coming in from Manchester, Tennessee, shows a lot of rain and ponding, also no snow. That is a lot of things that have happened in the eastern communities of Tennessee. There has been some rain that has washed out a lot of the ice and freezing rain from this area, which is good. But this ponding, this river of water, is going to refreeze tonight and this afternoon during the cold temperatures that are going to be moving through. This image in Bell Drive, Spring Hill, Tennessee, shows some more tree damage as well, especially right next to these power poles and in these neighborhoods. You guys can see the ground is very icy and wet and just a big sloppy mess. Another image from Spring Hill shows a large tree limb down. There's been a lot of tree damage, especially with all that ice collecting in the leaves. Looking at these images from Old 99 from the Bear Creek area, you guys can see some tree damage, a big tree down. Going into those next images, you guys can see a big tree fell down, especially its tree limbs as well. Looks like a ton of tree damage, large trees, old trees as well, that are big and can collect a lot of freezing rain, which can develop a lot of weight on them. Looking at this image, more tree damage. This is in the Old 99 Bear Creek area. I mean, this is just insane. There's been a ton of tree damage in Middle Tennessee. Some more images coming in from Bear Creek, a leaned over power pole, as well as some more tree damage along those power lines. Like I said, there was a lot of tree damage near power lines. More images coming in from WSMV Nashville. You guys can see these trees are leaned over on the road, which is a big thing, especially in Nashville. These are some pretty potent. There's a lot of freezing rain that happened there in Nashville, and some pretty potent tree damage as well. This image comes in from Lawrenceburg, shows a truck on the side of the road in a ditch, as well as the state trooper there, and some more tree damage in Fairview, Tennessee. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys see, like, this is a very historic event. A lot of tree damage has already happened in Tennessee. There will be more images coming in from Mississippi as power comes back on and as people bring it back. We will see more people uploading these images and damage. But thank you guys for watching. That's going to be it for today.